morning, good afternoon, good evening. The topic is trust. Do you have trust issues, or do you trust too quickly? I have heard people say that love is blind. And the eye opener, guess what the eye opener is? Marriage is the eye opener. I'm not sure if that is correct. What I know for sure is that trust is not blind. You cannot just trust somebody blindly like that. Trust has to be earned. Over my many years on earth, I have learned the hard way that you cannot just trust somebody because they have sweet words or they look good. No matter how eloquent and convincing they speak or how wonderful they look, trust has to be earned. Jesus, the master of wisdom, said in Matthew 7:16, you can see, if you read it, he says, "You shall know them by their fruit." What kind of fruit is this person exhibiting? What is fruit? Fruit is your actions, the things you do, and the result of the things that you do is the fruit. So we first have to prove and taste the fruit of the person, and it takes a long time before you can see fruit in people, because we meet people at different stages of their life and we meet people in different seasons. Say, for example, a tree does not bear fruit in every season. If you go into my back garden there, I've got many trees. I've got pear trees, I've got fig trees, I've got apple trees. But unless you are a tree expert, if you come into my garden now, you will not know which one is a fig tree or which one is an apple tree, because there's no flowers on it and there's certainly no fruit on it because it's winter now. So during the winter season or the autumn season, if you meet this person in autumn or winter, they can camouflage themselves to be anything, unless you meet them early spring when the flowers are coming out, or early summer when there's fruit on the tree. And even then, certain trees do not bud every year. Some trees only bear fruit every other year. You need to take time before you trust somebody, whether it's a platonic friendship, just girlfriend, boyfriend. You cannot just meet somebody and you start telling them your life story immediately. I have instances when I was younger, when I thought it was my best friend and I told everything, and when push comes to shove, they will use that information against you. I have learned to keep my problems and to myself. Only tell your problems to somebody who can pray about it for you. Otherwise, you are just wasting your time and you're just gossiping about yourself to that person. Most people are not trustworthy when push comes to shove. You cannot tell the fruit of the tree until the season for blooming is. And when is this season? This season comes when you've gone through something hard with this person. This season is when you've gone through situations of between a hard place and a rock. When this person is under pressure, that is when you are going to be able to tell if this person is trustworthy or not. And I'm talking about pure platonic friendships here. And if it comes with in a love relationship, you cannot just trust somebody immediately. And I'm already going to give you one red flag. If your spouse or your boyfriend or your partner, whatever you call them, if you do not even share the most intimate thing in this time that we live in this time of technology, is your password. Intimacy. A lot of people think intimacy is jumping into bed with one another. That is not intimacy. The word intimacy means into you I see. So that person should be able to see the things that are on your computer, the things that are on your phone. If you have a password and you're changing your password every day, or your partner changes their password, or they don't take the phone out of their pocket, you cannot trust that person. If you trust too quickly, I am telling you that the consequences are always dire. The consequences are always so heartbreaking, because in the end you feel so stupid. You think, how come I didn't see that? You start doubting yourself, because you start thinking, I must be such a terrible judge of good character, a terrible judge of people. But it's not that. It's only because you were very naive and you were gullible. You heard some smooth words and you went for it, and you thought, this is the person. Take time to know people. Take time to trust people. And even when you come to that place where you really trust somebody, you don't have to tell everything. Leave some things for yourself and the moments that you have with God. You will regret if you spill the beans to everybody every time. Have some privacy. Have a life that is only private for you and only God knows about. Trust is something that is not blind. You cannot just blindly trust somebody. It is very dangerous to live like that, to just blindly trust somebody. Trust is something that is earned over time. I meet people and I'm like, how long have you known this person? Yeah, we just met 3 months ago, but I really trust him. How can you trust somebody in 3 months? Even in 1 year, it's difficult to trust somebody. So you have to go through seasons together, difficulties together, really intense moments before you can give somebody your trust. And I'm not saying you must mistrust people. That's also not a good thing, to mistrust people. But you can have a neutral stance on things, where you hear things, what they're saying, and you take it with a pinch of salt. You don't have to believe everything that they're saying, because I have had moments where I have just been, I've lost money. People have said things that it's terrible when you trust somebody and they betray your trust. So take time to know people. Take time before you get into a trust relationship. You've got the whole life to trust these people. So don't rush into it. That's why we see now in Hollywood, we see people, they meet, 3 months later they're getting married, and within a year they're divorced too, because we even know a song, only fools rush in. Do not be a fool, because trust is not blind, my dear. Trust has to be earned. Thank you for watching this video. And if I blessed you with this video, bless me also by pressing the subscribe button. And after that, you can press the bell also, so that every time I upload a video, you are made aware of it. And if you liked what I say, please leave a comment. If you have suggestions for topics I should talk about, please leave a comment and tell me about it. And thank you so much for watching this video. And if you liked it, press the like button. I love you. Merry Christmas, and I will see you next week. Bye bye. Fintuni Zambia. Fintuni Zambia. Please don't forget to subscribe, press the like button, leave a comment, and share this video. Thank you.